Hey everybody, Luke Gordon here, back with another weight loss secret for you. This is secret number 5, and in today's video I want to talk to you about a concept called contagious wellness. And again, this is a concept that I'm taking from the 2030 Fast Track program, but that I really think is going to apply nicely basically to any program that you're trying to do, because the concept itself is really solid in terms of long-term weight loss, long-term health benefits. And so again, let me explain it through. I got some facets I want to explain to you and how you can use it for your own health goals, and then also share some stories with you about what I've kind of seen it in action. So Contagious Wellness has this very nice little graphic that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. But basically, it means to spread the ability to think, feel, and do well from one person to another. So, we're coming on the heels of COVID. No one's talking about being contagious. But in this video, in this sense, being contagious is very good for you and for the people you can help. So basically what it means is that when you come to like our check-in meetings and you're learning things about the program that are going to help you lose weight, get healthy, be more active, feel less pain, that, you don't just listen to it and take it in. You're actually going to implement that into your life, and then you're going to help others put that same information to use in their life. So usually when you come to like your weekly meetings with us, we say write down, write some notes, because we're going to teach you all sorts of stuff about the foods, the recipes. We're going to talk to you about hormones, different strategies are going to help you stay on track, all those good things. You're going to learn a lot during these check-in meetings. But instead of just sitting there and listening, write down some things. Make sure you go home and put this knowledge into action in your own life, and then see if there's someone around who you can teach, and that's going to help you be contagious. And so basically they have this lovely little graphic that we go through at every check-in meeting, and I'm going to be very low tech with you here. I'm just going to show you the graphic on the camera. Hopefully you can see it. So at the bottom, again, you have hearing. So if you hear something during the meeting and it makes sense, you're not going to retain much of that. They say you're going to retain about 40% of what you hear, maybe. If you write it down, so the second one's write, 80% chance of retaining some portion of what you learn. If you go live it, it comes up to 160% chance. If you go teach it, that's the ultimate way to be contagious, is to teach it. Then you're at a 400% chance of retaining something that you learned. So again, here's the lovely graphic. All rights reserved, I'm sure. That's what it looks like. And then on the slide, that's your lifestyle. So ultimately our goal, which if you've watched previous videos about diet versus lifestyle, our ultimate goal is to take you from a temporary diet, which is very focused on foods, and move you towards a lifestyle where you have food education, but you also know about your hormones, and you have lifestyle success videos and trainings and things like that, and you know how to exercise and all these things. So it's more, so that's the way of being contagious. So let me give you some examples too. So how can you teach others to be to be better versions of themselves so that you can maintain your lifestyle? And let me back up real quick, actually, because maintaining your lifestyle ultimately, it requires you to live this new, not just this diet, but this whole mentality. It requires you to change, basically. So the idea with Contagious Wellness is it helps you, and in the process you help other people. And that's the contagious ladder that I just showed you there. So some things to keep in mind then that I wrote down for you. I had a client, actually, let me share this story first. So I had a client back in the day who's going through the program, and he's doing pretty well. He lost like 10 pounds in the first 10 days. Let's call him Roger for the sake of his own, anonymity. But so he's doing well, and then at some point he started kind of messing up, and, he would eat a whole plate of brownies on the weekend instead of just, goofing up a little bit. And it always came down to, he had this really close relationship with his dad. His dad was kind of like his best friend. And Roger was probably in his 60s. His dad is probably in his 80s. So they're grown adults. And so, but what it came down to is that he spent a lot of time with his dad. And when his dad would make him like a plate of brownies or something, he felt bad for not eating them. And so I was like, well, why is this happening? I just don't get it. And so it finally came out that Roger never told his dad that he was doing this program, that he was doing a diet, that he was trying to lose weight and improve his health. And so basically, kind of subconsciously, Roger was sabotaging his own progress because he just didn't feel comfortable telling the person who was closest to him, the person who should have been there to support him on his journey. And so that's one thing about Contagious Wellness that I want you to take, that you want to talk about what you're doing. You want to tell other people that you're trying to lose weight and improve yourself. And here's something that you learned from the meeting that you just went to. You want to do that because it's going to help you and it's going to help them. because they might have similar goals, and then you can educate them on some things that will help them. Maybe they want to get in the program too. So that's a good story. I think in hindsight, coaching future classes through this program, I would have told them, if you're afraid to tell people that you're doing this, we've got a problem with you, because you need to be able to tell people. You don't have to broadcast it, although I will say one of the easiest ways to be contagious is to just go on Facebook and post what you're doing, or Instagram, or whatever social media you use. Now, I will say I'm not a huge fan of social media in general. I think there's a lot of negativity and it's a lot of junk. But this is one way that you can say, look, friends, I'm trying to do this for myself. Burn the boats a little bit and say, look, hopefully you guys can help me stay on track and cheer me on a little bit, because I'm trying to lose 20 pounds and this is what I want to do. And you're sharing tidbits as you go. Every week that you come into a check-in meeting, you're sharing a little bit of knowledge with people. Did you know, this relationship about insulin and how, blood sugar goes like this and insulin spikes and you store fat? Like you can share things like that. So if you're feeling, if you're feeling brave, share your story online. It's a huge way to be contagious. Again, you're sharing your knowledge, you're teaching, so you're much more likely to keep yourself accountable, especially if people are watching you, and then you have the chance to help other people. Because ultimately, what I think the biggest thing with lifestyle is you change yourself, of course, but what you really need to do is you need to change the people around you. I'll say that again. You got to change the people around you. Every time you talk about like self-help, it's always focused on you changing yourself, which you have to start with that. Don't get me wrong. But ultimately, to maintain changes over the course of not just weeks and months, but years, you have to change the people you hang out with too. If you read a lot of self-help books like I do, you'll hear that you are the combination of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So think about that. Is it your parents, your spouse, some close friends, some coworkers? You are the combination of those 5 people. So think about that when you're trying to change who you are and change your lifestyle, that you need to surround yourself with people who also care about their health. They want to lose weight. They want to improve their medical conditions. They want to be active. Those are the folks that if you can build your community around you, you are so much more likely to live a lifestyle and not just be on a temporary diet. So that was the point I was trying to make. Sorry it took me a little while to get there, but contagious wellness is how we kind of box it up, wrap it up into a nice concept within the 2030 fast track. Another thing that you've heard me mention is they have a national Facebook group. So when you're doing the program and then you do the 30-day program, then you graduate into Listen to Your Body, which is the extension of that. You have a lot of support with that national Facebook group. People who are going through their ups and downs, sharing their stories, and doing, and just offering you support. So again, you've got to build that community, build those people. It all starts with you, of course, wanting to make a change, but the more you can be contagious, the more you can help others and help yourself at the same time. So there you go. I hope you liked the video. There's more information on the 2030 Fast Track, of course, in the show notes below. In the video notes below, there's links to the website if you want to find someone in your area who leads the program, or if you want to try to join the online program. That's all on there too. So just look in the details below. I appreciate you watching. I would love a comment before you go, positive, negative, whatever you can say. Share some success with other people. I think it's very helpful. So again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of my weight loss secrets.